Welcome in, everybody. It's Papa Hotep, and this is the Soul Depot. I want to start out by asking you all, could you please hit the like button? Could you please subscribe? Could you please get in the comments and you say whatever? I like your video. Whatever you want to say, just please, let's get these likes up and these comments up so we can get an algorithm to help me get more subscribers, okay? My goal is to get to 500 subscribers. I want to get there before the year's up. And a few more months and this year will be over, and time is flying. As you look and you'll see the video above, Is God Woke? That's one of my newer videos. Could you please just check that out? And just, let me know what you think about it. I don't care. You can like it. You can give it a thumbs down. I just want some. I want some engagement, people. Help a brother out. All right. I try to do a couple religious videos, and then I want to bring it back to the source, which is God and His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. And I just want to speak about, yeah, we got to listen to God. Yes, we got to try to live like Jesus. But while we're doing that on our downtime, it's okay to check out what you like, As long as it's not demonic, as long as it's not sexual in nature or something that's going to hurt your spirit, check it out. Why not? And so my thing is, my vice is comic books. I'm a comic book head. I grew up on it as a child. And my kids, in this day and age, they don't do a lot of reading. That's just the that's the world we live in now, unfortunately. But I still try to encourage them to get graphic novels and things of such when they go to the library. And I've got my boys interested in Spider-Man. And let's just keep it 100. Everybody in the house loves Spider-Man. He is more loved than Batman. He is. Him and Batman are. I'm telling you, they are the launching point for DC and Marvel. Be that as it may, Spider-Man has a built-in popularity, and so I'm gonna give my review on Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't look at comic book movies and stuff like that as a fan. I'm not up here, banging, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. And if I take my kids to the movie theater and they're entertained after me dropping, $30 per seat, and if I'm sitting there in that theater and I'm moved, then, oh yeah, it's a decent movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day has to be one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But I'm not looking at this like some unsatisfied comic book fanboy. I'm looking at this as a Christian father who want to take his kid to the movie theater, his children to the movie theater, and I want them to feel something. I want them to get a message. I want them to be moved. And we were moved. One of the first superhero movies I took my girls to, and they were locked in. One of the first superhero movies I took my toddler to, and it's a long movie, I'll give it that, but it held my toddler's attention for the betterment of an hour and 45 minutes with him locked in at the screen. It's one of the first superhero movies I've seen where the superhero is in their suit over 70% of the movie. Very seldom do we see Spider-Man out of costume. And I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I think you guys already know the Punisher's in this movie. So very, very, very seldom do we see Spider-Man nor the Punisher without his Kevlar suit with the skull on it. So as far as a comic book fan, I felt like I was seeing a live action comic book. I know people have said this about every comic book movie, but I was seeing stuff that I never imagined I would see on screen. And I was seeing stuff that I saw in a comic book as a kid. Seeing Hulk and Spider-Man on the screen at the same time was amazing to me. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, you guys know the Hulk is in this one. But a lot of people had a hard time with the villain in this movie, and I don't want to give it away because if I start describing it, it's gonna spoil it. But I'll just say this: the way the character was integrated in the movie, I could understand why. And if you're gonna do a cinematic universe based off comic books, I kind of enjoyed the crossover. It was very intelligent. It was very witty. It was very strategic what they did. Because if you're going to spawn a new cinematic universe and go to a different phase, I love the way they use this. They use this movie to technically do their next phase in the cinematic universe. I mean, what do we do as parents, as just regular people in this world? We read our Bible, we go to church, we do what we can to try to be humble in the eyes of God. And when we want to let our hair down, we want to watch a superhero movie. We want to get lost in how we were when we were kids. We want to be mesmerized by our heroes. And I was mesmerized. I absolutely was. My wife was mesmerized. When I looked over, I saw everybody was locked in at that screen. At Spider-Man Brand New Day. It took us all away. There used to be a commercial. I'm showing my age. But the lady would be in the tub and she would say, "Calgon, take me away." You guys remember that? That's what Spider-Man Brand New Day did for us. It took us away. It made us forget about this bill was due. It made us forget about the bombing in Iran and this country's bombing that country and that country's bombing that. It made us forget about that. And it took us away. And I'm telling you, I had to buy the tickets 2 weeks in advance, folks. If you want to see this movie, you might have to buy it in advance because it's on fire. And it's worth it. You got to see this movie. You got to look at it. You got to say, hey, man, you got to take your kids to see it, your sons, your little boys. It's an amazing movie. I mean, just judging by, a comic book head like myself, just going off on just checking the checklist on, does it have this, does it have that? All the boxes were marked. And at the end of the day, I don't understand what people wanted from this movie. A lot of people were like, oh, I give it 3 stars, and Far From Home was better than this, and No Way Home was way better. I'm just gonna have to disagree with you. I disagree. I feel like a Spider-Man A Brand New Day, it was the creme de la creme of comic book movies. I see no flaw in it. I do not. It gave me everything I wanted. So, that's my non-spoiler review. I mean, if I would have had to critique anything, it was a little long in the tooth. I understand, but you got to understand why it was long, because it introduced somebody that does not interact with Spider-Man, so it had to make sense, and it needed that extra time to blend that character into this universe and make it make sense as to why that character would be interacting with Spider-Man, and it was amazing, folks. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I feel like I gave it 5 stars. You check out my letterbox, read the review. It was phenomenal. So keep that in mind, folks. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. And this is what we'll do. We'll do some spiritual stuff, and then we'll do some comic book stuff. That's what we'll do. We'll do 2 spirituals and a comic book or something like that, or 3 spirituals and a comic book review or something like that. I want to try to get as many eyes as I can on the channel, folks, and that's all I'm trying to do. So God bless you all, and good luck.